Secret fears of the narcissist. Think about that for a minute. So you're learning now that the narcissist is riddled with fears, many of which you know about, some you probably don't. This video is going to unearth more of the fears that perhaps you haven't even considered. And the first fear I will jump on is that the narcissist, of course, is a fear. One of the fears they have is they are afraid of becoming abandoned. Now, usually in videos that I create, I mention the narcissistic abusive cycle. And the illustrations I share, they begin with the love bomb, then they go to the devaluation stage, the second stage of the cycle. The third stage is the discard or the ending. And the fourth part is a hoover. What the narcissist doesn't want is they don't want anyone to ever beat them to the punch. They don't want ever to be rejected, which is why the narcissist most likely discarded you. They definitely discarded me. But I'm sharing that the discard and abandonment, you can interchange those two words. And in subsequent videos, I will be making a concerted effort to use the word abandonment or being abandoned rather than discard. Discard is one of the most, unfortunately, popular terms in the narcissistic abusive cycle because it happens virtually every single second. Oops, there you go. It just happened again to somebody. But the abandonment is a very, very more powerful word, I should say, because think about what abandonment means. Abandonment means that you've been left alone. You've been isolated. No one's there coming to save you. No one's there knocking on your door. Basically, nobody cares. And that is what the narcissist does when they discard people, switch it for abandonment. And the narcissist has already administered the smear campaign, so said person, which was me, and most likely it was you don't have any support. So the narcissist doesn't want that to happen to themselves, which means they don't want to be without a supply source. They don't want to be without somebody there to comfort them or someone there to hold their hand or to show them what they should be doing, essentially regulate them. The narcissist fears abandonment. Now, I have shared that over the years in videos. I didn't dig into it as much as I did there, and I will dig into that a lot more in subsequent videos. Another fear the narcissist has, this is a big one, but you probably do know this one also. It's money. What does the narcissist love more than money? They love your money more than money. And when your money runs out, usually the narcissist runs out. And also on top of that, a new thread thought here for you. When the narcissist is done stealing your money, because that's what they did, and they definitely did it with me, then they have no reason to use a person, which was you or myself, as supply, because they took the financial resources. If you just play that one part of the video, you will understand an awful lot from this 15 to 20 minute video I'm going to share with you. Oh, there's Nelson saying hello. And Nola's in the background somewhere too. And this is abundance. This is beautiful. No, it's not AI. This is a real person, me, in the Carolina woods, enjoying Mother Nature in the middle of summer here where I am. So money is another one. The narcissist is afraid of running out of money. This is why they hoard money. This is why they hide money. And this is why they claim they don't have money. What does that do for the narcissist when they have money and they're claiming that they don't have money? Well, let's go back to the original thing I shared with you, which was supply. If the narcissist can feel like they are getting one over on somebody, that they're getting the best of some negotiation or some transaction or some experience, and if they feel that they're winning, which is a huge thing for the narcissist, then that gives them supply, but it simultaneously not only gives them supply, but it conserves their finances. Meaning, if you were with the narcissist, let's say it was just an acquaintance, it was a friend or somebody who turned out to be a friend, or someone who turned out to be the narcissist that in the beginning was your friend, and you took them to lunch, and it was their turn to buy you lunch, and they claimed they forgot their wallet or purse, and now you ended up paying for lunch again. Well, that was the repeated pattern that kept going over and over and over again. Why do you think that kept happening? Hey, Nelson, it kept happening because that person was not authentic or genuine, number one. Number two, they were using you. Number three, they were stealing your money. Number four, they were getting supply from claiming they didn't have money when they knew damn well they had money. And number six, if they could still stay connected with you, they could learn about what you are doing in the future or presently during said lunch. Think about it. This is what the narcissist does. Oh, there's Noah. This is beautiful. The narcissist gathers information. They hoard information. They collect information. They data mine. And what do they do with all that information? They weaponize it against said person or anybody they want to, either in that moment or at a later date. And if they can't find something to weaponize against a person, they will create something, which is a complete fabrication or a lie or the smear campaign or twist the narrative. Here's another one for you. The narcissist tells people little slivers of the truth. Example, if you were with the narcissist in the past, and let's say that they told you at 4 o'clock they had to go to an appointment, and let's say they didn't get home till 8 o'clock at night, and you didn't realize till later on that they were cheating on you with the new supply or whatever they were doing, but they were 4 hours late, and then you said, hey, where were you? Did you have your appointment at 4? All they had to do with that answer, to answer you, I should say, is say this: yes, the appointment was at 4. Now again, I'm acting like the narcissist. You're damn straight I'm not the narcissist. Yeah, and I said the word damn 3 times in this video, so let's slow that down. But technically, think about it, the appointment was at 4. That wasn't the right question to ask the narcissist. The right question was, did you attend the meeting at 4 o'clock? How long was the meeting? And after the 4 o'clock meeting or appointment, what did you do? Now that turns one simple question. If you were asking a non-narcissist a question about the 4 o'clock appointment, they'd say, yeah, I went there, it was great, everything was good, I'm in great health, and thanks. Oh, and I got stuck in traffic, I put gas in my car and I'm back and everything's good. But we're dealing with a toxic narcissist who wants to keep secrets and hide and is riddled with anxiety and fears many things. So tying that all together, using the 4 o'clock appointment example, if you ask them that, they could easily just give you a little slice of it and say, yeah, the appointment was at 4. Technically, they were true. See what I'm saying? This is why you need to get as far away from these people as fast as you can. And this is why they give you little hints of the truth, little slivers of the truth, but they don't give you the truth. And they've been doing that their whole lives because this is what they do. And what that little sliver of truth meant when I just gave you that illustration is that was meant to lure you in and to see how much more you would ask them, how many more questions you would ask them. And if you did ask them questions, they would misdirect you. If you didn't, they would say, well, that was easy. They only asked me 1 question. Okay, well, now I can stay away for 6 hours. Next week, I'll stay away for 10 hours. See what I'm saying? This is why these people, the dark energy, the narcissists, they don't change. But we are catching on to their games. Their games are so simple. Their games are so juvenile. They're manipulating tactics or techniques. They are life-threatening, and they're challenging, and they're debilitating, and they are toxic. But when you see them, and when you figure out what these people do, and they all do the same thing, they all run on the same script that just keeps going around, and they're boring, and they're commonplace, and it's yawn, really, and other narcissists. When you realize that, then you understand that everything that you wanted in life is within you, not within them. And they knew it was within you, but they didn't want you to have it. They wanted to take it from you so they could use it for themselves, and you would be left as a shell of yourself. Okay, I'm going to pause that part. Another thing, another fear of the narcissist, a big fear of the narcissist. We talked about money. We talked about abandonment. It's without having access to a grade A source of supply. Now, you don't need supply, and I've touched on that over years in videos. Supply to you is very simply having enough water, or having food, or shelter, or internet, or gas in the car, electricity, whatever it is. To the narcissist, it is communication. To the narcissist, supply is access. To the narcissist, supply is admission, meaning being admitted someplace, being allowed to do something, or being invited. Supply also can be, as you can see back here, a pet, like little Nelson and Noah, that's Noah. Or a supply can also be a trip, or it can be shopping, or it can be anything in between. But you are not supply. You don't need supply, meaning you don't need to regulate yourself because you have that ability. So do I. But the narcissist needs somebody to do that for them. And I will tell you right now, a present, a diamond ring, a gift, a new article of clothing, or a smartphone can only do so much. Which means, let's say that you gifted the narcissist a smartphone way back when you were connected with them, when you were tethered with them. So you got them a smartphone, and probably you didn't even have one yourself, but you probably saved up and bought them one for $1,500, whatever it was, and they had one, you didn't. Of course, that's what you did when you didn't realize what was going on. Well, then what would they do? They would probably look at you and say something like, wow, I'm so happy, thank you. Or, wow, you didn't have to do this, but, or, wow, okay, great, got me a phone. They could have done those 3 things or anything else in between, but that supply that they got from the smartphone, it would last probably maybe a day, probably even less. And what you were doing if you bought them a smartphone, and right here, guilty as charged multiple times, what you were doing when you bought them a phone is you were giving them another remote control to blow up your life with. And the next thing you were doing is you were giving them access to you, your money, your time, and everything. And essentially, you were putting them high up on a pedestal. And all those things equal one thing. That supply, when you bought them the phone, as an example, it would only last a little bit of time, which is why the narcissist always, and I do mean always, defaults to a human being. What does a human being provide that a phone doesn't, or let's say a pet, or let's say a trip, or other things? A human being is a person that walks and talks like the narcissist and can communicate, and also can give them advice, also can teach them things that they don't know. Also, this is a perfect way the narcissist can learn how to mimic, by studying and watching a human being. They can't do that with a dog, can't do it with a phone, but they can do it with a human being, which is why they need human beings. Now, I'm going really deep here. I'm drilling in a little deeper than I anticipated. Oh, hi, Nelson. I'm drilling a little deeper here, and I want to touch on that thread. And as you should know by now, I do get sidetracked virtually in every video I create. And the reason why is because right when I think about one topic, 5 more new ones pop up, and I want to explore them all to the limited time I have, so I can remember what to talk about tomorrow, etc., etc. And yeah, I have a great memory. Any one of you who have had one-on-one sessions with me, you know I have a great memory. I do have a great memory. I have a fantastic memory. But this video isn't about me. It's about me trying to stay on course. So having said that, and also the babies being here, it's such a treat to have them here. And now Nelson Norson to my right. But having said that, a human being is what the narcissist searches for, because a human being can be cover for them, or a beard, if you will. A beard means cover, like help them blend into the fabric of society. A human being also speaks their same language. A human being also can be there to put out the fires for the narcissist. A human being also has a bank account and has access to funds. A human being also knows other people. And a human being is irreplaceable, which is you. Now, fast forwarding, going back to you, you need to remember that where you were when you were in that narcissistic cycle is where you will never go again. And now that you've seen what you never thought you would see, and you've heard what you never thought you would hear, and you experienced what you never thought you would experience, you need to go no contact and block said person, delete them, remove them, and all flying monkeys and people associated with them. If not now, when? And all those things I'm mentioning in every video, they equal one thing. You are the polar opposite of the narcissist. The narcissist is riddled with anxiety, riddled with concerns, riddled with problems, riddled with dilemmas. When's the last time you said the word dilemma? Yep, it's been a while for me too. Riddled with fires that someone else has to put out, and riddled with an unfixable mindset, which means that the narcissist knows that they're a sinking ship. They know they're a ticking time bomb. They know they can't elevate, ascend, or change. The narcissist knows that they need people. Now pause right there. You may say, yeah, well, I need people too. Well, yeah, you probably do. I also need people. Example, you need people when you go get a coffee. So you need a barista, or you need someone to deliver your package if you have something delivered to your house, or you need a driver when you're jumping in an Uber, or you need someone to run the grocery store when you buy food. And those are just tiny examples. I'm not even referring to relationships. What about a friend? Friend is a great person to have. What about a healthy family member? Another great person to have if you have one of those, etc. But we don't need people to be used as supply, because we don't use people and we don't need supply. I hope you're following this part, because the narcissist needs people and supply. You don't need supply. What you need is peace. What you need is abundance. What you need is to have a Nelson and Noah walking around the beautiful woods here, just being. See, that's something the narcissist couldn't do. They can't do, and they will never be able to do. What the narcissist needs is disruption. What the narcissist needs to do is have the loudest voice in the room. And what the narcissist needs to do is be a bully and a coward, and be shallow and hollow, which is what they are. A couple more things the narcissist is fearful of is that, of course, growing old. Now, is the narcissist going to grow old? Depends on what age they are right now. But if they all reach a certain age, and I'm not going to put a number on that, but they will become what is known as the aging narcissist. And I know you're chuckling and you're laughing right now, and you're probably giving yourself a smile as I'm smiling. I'll say it and you can say it with me. The aging narcissist is, you have 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Say it with me. That's right. Not a pretty sight to see. And if you know an aging narcissist, you know I'm correct. Any narcissist is not a pretty sight to see. Then you may say, well, wait a minute. The narcissist that I knew was in their 20s, 30s, 40s, or whatever, 50s, whatever, and they looked amazing. That's great. The exterior can look the way it wants. It's what's on the inside what really matters. And when the narcissist reaches a certain age, they become rotten from the outside in and from the inside out, and it begins to show. Because the narcissist can't wear a mask any longer because they're not getting the attention they used to get when they were younger. So another fear the narcissist has is getting old. And they know that. That has become more and more prevalent all over the planet. Truth be told, many other YouTubers are now jumping on the aging narcissist bandwagon because they're seeing it also. And now you're understanding it. Other things the narcissist is afraid of or fears or is fearful of is that so many doors will be closed on them that they won't be able to recover from. Now, this is a new concept. It's a new theory and a new thesis. And it is already becoming, it's coming to fruition. And Noah is sitting on my leg right now. Hey, Noah. It's coming to fruition. What that means is this. As more and more people, hey, Noah. As more and more people go no contact and block the same person that you blocked and other toxic people, then the narcissist has less avenues to approach or attack or slither near. When you do your part, as I've done my part, there are 2 more avenues that the narcissist cannot access. And as more and more people deny access to the narcissist, deny access to the narcissist, then the less places they have to go to. And that is beginning to really rise in the ranks of what the narcissist is afraid of. And I've shared this for months, and I will continue to share it till I take my last breath. The narcissist knows that the clock is ticking on them. They know the clock is running out on them. They know Father Time is lurking right around the corner, and they know there's nothing they can do because you can't put the toothpaste back in the tube and you cannot put the genie back in the bottle. And the narcissist knows that the days of ruling or running the planet and having free reign everywhere, they're over. They're not coming to an end. They're over. The narcissist just doesn't see it yet. Why? Because the aging narcissist, or the narcissists plural, they don't ever want to believe that they've lost. Which leads me to the last part for this video. The number one thing for this video that the narcissist is afraid of, or fears, or is fearful of, it's losing. I'm going to say it one more time. The narcissist is afraid of losing anything. At a game of Parcheesi, at a game of rummy, at a game of chess. When they try to destroy your life and crumble you up like a sheet of paper and throw you away in the freeway, they failed again. They failed when they didn't get hired at the jobs that they claimed they were going after. They failed when they couldn't raise their kids properly because they didn't want to. They failed when they counter-parented instead of co-parented. They failed when they wasted people's time and money and energy in the legal system through child custody, court divorces, division of assets, and more. They failed when they stole your time, stole your relationships, stole your health, stole your mindset. They failed when they could not knock you down for the count. And they will continue to fail over and over and over again. And they know it. You may say now, what you're saying, Andrew, is pretty powerful. But actually, I'm seeing a little bit of it. If you were to say that to yourself, and maybe you just did like I did, you would be correct. Because you see, the educated empath, and you're looking at one, the educated empath is a pretty sight to see. The aging narcissist is not, and I repeat, not a pretty sight to see. And the aging narcissist will continue to wither away, more and more lines all across their face, gray hairs everywhere, wearing clothes of 2 generations younger than them, and they will be using words that they don't even understand. Why? Because they've fallen apart at the seams. They become unglued again, and they cannot put themselves back together because nobody, and I mean nobody, is anywhere near them to help them out. You see, nobody is lifting a finger these days to help out toxicity. Nobody's lifting a finger these days to loan them money. No one's lifting a finger to put a roof over a toxic parasitical creature's head. No one is believing the sob stories of the past. No one's believing the poor me or the victim mentality. And nobody, and I mean nobody, is ignoring their instincts or their intuition. That's why this is an energetic shift that you cannot undo. And that is why the days of the narcissist being in control are once and for all officially over. never, and I mean never, to return again. So everyone, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it from the beautiful Carolinas. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon, evening, or morning, no matter where you are on the planet. You are not alone. I love you all, and I'll talk with you tomorrow. A few things. Noah bumped the camera. Hey, little Noah, but she's having so much fun out here. And Big Nelson is over here. I'm going to let you say hi to Nelson. Hey, Nelson. 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 And Noah may come over and say hello. I think she's going to in a second. I'll just share this, and then I'm going to close the video. Here comes little Noah. Hey, Noah. Noah, say hi. 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 Okay. I think your brother's back there too. Yeah. All right. I will share this. That when you were trapped in the cycle, in the narcissistic abusive cycle, you didn't know where you were. You didn't know how you got there. And you kept on, not your fault, but you kept on telling the abuser, the manipulator, the liar, the thief, the cheater, yes, the narcissist. You kept on telling them more and more that something was wrong. You couldn't quite figure out what was going on. And you seemed to only be having problems with one person, and it was them, etc. And what were they doing? They were sitting there doing this. Yep. Heard that before. Huh. Seems like maybe I'm a couple months away from discarding this person. Maybe I'm a year away. Maybe it'll be tomorrow. But what they were doing in their tiny little pea brain is they were watching you and observing you, trying to figure out where to place the knife and where to twist it one last time. That's why you need to get as far away from these people as fast as you possibly can. I love you all, and I'll talk with you tomorrow. Bye, everybody. I've got sunblock in my eye. I love you all. Bye, everybody.